excited are you? Going into the Miami game, because let's be honest, too, Miami has a lot to prove. They got their ass kicked by Alabama, which, gee, who doesn't? Number one. And they had a tough game with Appalachian State, they're no Youngstown State, okay? They're no Western Michigan. I think Appalachian State's pretty damn good, but they might have been overrated going in Miami. Miami has a lot to prove if they ever want to get that program back to where they want it to be.
I mean, they lost to the best team in the country by far. I did watch quite a bit of that game, and one of the things I took back from that was that Miami's defense, and this is going to sound weird, because Alabama's Alabama, but Miami's defense is pretty good. Like, you could see that there's speed and talent on it. It was just against Alabama. So what I think is going to be interesting is if Michigan State can go down there and put up some points and get into the high 20s, because I think that's what it's going to take to win this game.
Well, I heard our Miami insider, Paul Serra, at the station, who's a big Kane fan, talk about Miami's defense, and he's right, because I looked it up a little bit. They're defensively up front. Yes, you're right, Gov, and they're fast, they're athletic, they're not that stout. So if Michigan State's offensive line is worth its salt in anything, Michigan State might be able to just, pound the rock a little bit with Walker and Simmons and those guys, and maybe not try for those plays where they might get burnt because Miami's more athletic.
If they physically handle Miami, look out.
Yeah.
If they can impose their will on a team, a well-respected still team, on the road, that's going to be impressive. Especially the camp down there.
Yes. 485-339-9797. Say good morning to Daryl in Detroit. What's up?
Yeah, good morning, fellas. I was telling the screen, and I am very excited. Not so much because we're 2-0 this season so far, although that helps. I'm the most excited because, number one, Tucker can recruit.
Yes.
I mean, at this point in time, I don't ever remember being higher on any recruiting rating scale than Michigan. And then number two, the biggest question I have after he could recruit, because you always heard that he could, was does he have the X's and O's like D'Antonio? Because one thing D'Antonio could do was coach, on the field and developmentally. And he got all these guys with a hodgepodge, set of guys. And some of these guys, when you go look at them, their rankings out of high school, they were great. But all of them weren't really playing at the school they were at. You know what I'm saying? So for him to get them ready and get them playing as a team and finding Russo, who I never thought anything, right? I never thought highly of Russo. So for those two reasons, I'm very excited. And it's clear we're going to win more games than I originally thought we were. So it's just exciting to watch. The guy carries the presence with him, that's just, it's really cool to be a Spartan fan and to have to go from D'Antonio, the guy that carried a lot of presence on the sideline. And you look at over there and Tucker's doing the same thing.
Yeah, I wouldn't get too excited about Russo. I think, first of all, he got shaken up on Saturday. Yeah. I mean, Peyton Thorne, I think, is for this year and maybe even next year. I know they're bringing in the kid who decommitted from Boise State.
He was an Elite 11 guy.
Yeah. So, the recruiting is, and he's starting to recruit much better locally than D'Antonio did at the end. Chris from Romulus, what's going on?
Hey, good morning, guys. Appreciate the show.
Thank you.
I'm a Spartan fan. I'm excited for the game on Saturday. I thought this was a lot initially coming into the season, but I don't know if Miami's quite as good as we thought. And I think Michigan State's probably a little better than we thought. And it'll be nice to see where we stand. I am a little concerned about the heat down there because it's different kind of heat in Florida, especially with the noon time start. I don't like that time of day. It's pretty hot, but I'm anxious to see where they're at. Defensively, I don't know if they're as good as we want to be, but it's Northwestern. That's what Pat Fitzgerald does. It really short little passes and force you to tackle. I think the offense is solid. I like that it's diverse and they're putting up yardage both through the air and on the ground. I think Spartans established the run with their offensive line and then the opportunity to put the pass. I think we'll be all right.
Thanks for the call, Chris. Look, I think Michigan State's secondary is better than it was last year. I mean, Xavier Henderson, we didn't even bring it up. That was I'm not going to say it was as good, but a Charles Woodson-esque play, the interception with the one-hander. I mean, it was just an amazing play. He's a great football player. And they have have other guys back in the sand. I know they're disappointed in Williams, the transfer from Alabama, thus far, but it takes a while to get used. Look, I think, talking about the game, and we'll talk about it more in the days ahead, a huge game for Miami and for Manny Diaz. I mean, granted, like I said, it is Alabama, but as Gov pointed out, they struggle with Appalachian State. If Michigan State goes down there, wins that game, Miami is 1-2, and their one win is against Appalachian State. I don't know. Fan base down there is not going to be very happy, especially when the guy whose dream job was Miami is in Oregon.
Well, that's what everybody keeps saying is Cristobal. He's building a hell of a program there.
Right.
If there was a job he would leave for, would it be Miami? And when that's looming in the background, I mean, you can't just go by and win 8-9 games. You got to win the ACC. You got to bring the U back. That's the expectation.
Yes, absolutely. Hopefully for Michigan State, we won't be seeing the turnover chain, which I think is really cool.
Have you seen all the things that other schools have done, though? One school had a turnover, like Dragon Skull.
Yeah.
I saw
A turnover Dragon Head, it was UAB, which was busted out, making the score 56-7, Georgia.
Right.
It was like that Homer Simpson bit in The Simpsons when he went over to wanted to beat John Elway, and he daydreams he scores a touchdown in the Super Bowl, and it's like a blowout. It's 56-7 San Francisco.
It's, turnover chains and that stuff is great, but not when you're getting your ass kicked. I mean, Miami did that in the Alabama game at one point, too. They brought it down.
Hey, by the way, I've been checking out Jerry Paul's doing betting picks now on CBSSports.com. Being so prolific now online to be able to bet. He's got Michigan State in the money line as one of his best bets. He uses a lot of analytics, not just somebody throwing flyers on picks. So interesting.
It wouldn't stun me. 97 won the team.
Rock of the 70s and 80s that conjures up memories of epic tailgate parties, mesmerizing light shows, fog machines, and lighters held high. Arena Rock, the new Odyssey exclusive station. Get it on the Odyssey app today. WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. An Odyssey station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. From the Sold by Mike Z Sports Desk. This is 97.1. The Ticket.
Brought to you by Mother Waddles. The Tigers have won 4 of their last 5 games and won 2 straight series versus playoff-bound teams, completing a 2-game sweep over the Brewers at home with a 4-1 victory yesterday. Matt Manning with one of the best starts of his young career, going 6 innings, giving up 1 run on 2 hits and striking out 6. And he likes where he's trending right now.
Just building on what I've been doing after a bad one, and then be able to get to Pittsburgh and have some success there before I got pulled, and then coming into this one. Just trying to build off of it as much as I can to finish out the season.
Michael Fulmer with a 6-out save to close out Milwaukee. Miguel Cabrera, Derek Hill, and Dustin Garneau driving in runs. Former Lion and Hall of Famer Calvin Johnson speaking to journalist Graham Bessinger, doing an interview about his current rift with the team, where he wants to see the $1.6 million signing bonus they took back, including an analogy about somebody giving you something.
And then they take it back. Y'all gonna still really hang out? Y'all still cool? And imagine you did a whole bunch of work. It's the principle. It's the principle of it. Like, no, you cannot have me back unless you put that money back in my pocket. They ain't got to do it all at once. You ain't got to do it, but you got to commit to do it in the right way.
Megatron saying they need to find a way to give him back the $1.6 million without him having to work for it, because he says he already did the work. As for the Lions, they're getting their roster in order with Monday Night Football coming up in Green Bay. They signed veteran defensive back Daryl Worley to the practice squad after losing Jeff Okudah for the year. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Chris Villar. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and Odyssey.com.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson Studio, Stoney and Jansen on 97.1 The Ticket.
Up and at 'em today. Good morning. Jim Costa pinch hitting for John Jansen. Jeff Rieger in for Mike Stone. Stoney's out, Yom Kippur today? Jeff, aren't you Jewish?
Yeah, don't you celebrate, Jeff?
It's Rosh Hashanah.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
gotta correct that before.
No,
Thank you.
it's Yom Kippur. Yeah.
I thought it was Rosh Hashanah.
No, please, Tom, go to the resident Jew right now. That's me. No, Rosh Hashanah is already in the books.
He said it yesterday. I heard it come out of his lips.
Stoney? Oh, wow, I might be a better Jew than Stoney.
You know what I don't like about this?
That's the only reason I said that.
No, it's, I can assure
I
you
felt
this.
bad right away. I was like, I thought I did my homework. I didn't want to offend
Well, I was
anybody.
going to the source who actually took the day off for that reason.
The Stony
Does it
only
really surprise
takes
you?
Yom Kippur off. It's the Day of Atonement. It's the holiest of the holy days.
They talked about how Sandy Koufax would preach on it.
Yeah. Did he say that yesterday?
I don't know if he said it on air.
Yeah, that's his go-to material.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm going to need Good Friday off in December.
I mean, by all means.
You got it, Greg.
No, but
December 25th.
I am Jewish. This always happens. I guarantee you there's going to be people driving to temple, shul, and my mother's there. And they're going to go up to my mom and say, why is your son working on Yom Kippur? Then they go up to her, and she gets so embarrassed. And then she calls me, and she's like, how dare you? You work on the Day of Atonement, Jeffrey. So that's
Embarrass your family.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Well, I mean, you don't really practice your faith, do you?
No, I'm
So what's the big deal then? If you don't do that, then I actually think you're being pure and authentic.
the only time I've ever was Jewish is when I got the days off in school, you know? I'm not that Jewish. What are you going to do? I don't believe
Jews.
We don't have a real firm update on Jansen. Is that correct, Tom? We're obviously hoping, he has they have the kid soon and it's a healthy baby and all that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, so I think we would know if the baby had been born. I think my read on this from afar is that they went to the hospital internally.
Which I totally get. I mean, you start feeling some pains, you have maybe a contraction, and you want to go. And she's so eager to have this baby. So
And
I think
wanna
they just
have it
went home.
naturally,
Yes.
and there's been a push from the other side, I think, to do the other way.
All right.
and,
Yes. Totally agree.
So hopefully everything's going good there. We've got a baby. Maybe by now, maybe he didn't want to bother us. I don't know, but
I
yeah.
can't wait to see the photo.
I was gonna say, how do you feel
Cute
about
little
this?
baby.
Are you
I'm so excited for him, and that's all I talk to him about now. Our babies and his wife and the pregnancy. Oh, and all the info. No, I'm so excited for them. I can't wait to see photos.
He's very frustrated. That's all I got out of him yesterday. He's like, I can't sit here anymore.
It's a long process, so they've been there for a long time.
Well, maybe we'll have something at 6:50 today that maybe he could have taken with him to pass the time.
Yeah, how you pass the time, we'll do it before the hour ends.
Let's get to 16 and the baby. Was there a baby?
There wasn't a baby pool
This
that
place dropped the ball.
Damn it, I love the gamble. We can do a baby pool?
You can still do one if they haven't
By
had the
the
baby.
hour.
Yeah, I got 11.
You could just,
Both 11.
I'll take your money and we'll pay it out after. So just, well, don't worry about it. Just,
Oh, you said, okay,
I'm
yeah,
collecting,
sure.
so
20
just-
bucks?
yeah, sure.
I get both 11 o'clocks then. 11 a.m., 11:20.
20 each, 40, let's go. Just busting your chops. We should talk about Steve Smith, because we didn't get into it a ton yesterday, Stoney and I, but I know it was the talk of the station yesterday. I'm sure you talked about it a little bit with Wojo. But I thought Steve Smith was out of line here. I don't understand why he felt as strongly as he did, having not been in that situation. For people who don't know what I'm talking about, Steve Smith, on a video conference, came at Aubrey Pleasance and the way that he was coaching up Jeff Okuda on the sideline. People saw the video, a snapshot, and Steve Smith said that basically this is a train wreck waiting to happen. A bleep show in Detroit. Because Aubrey Pleasance is a very animated, passionate coach. Now, to be clear, there's no physical altercation here. I don't think he crossed the line by being animated and vocal and passionate on the sideline. I think he coached up his corner. I think he's coaching up his position group. Jeff, did he do anything wrong, Aubrey Pleasance? Is this truly a sign of a train wreck for Detroit? I just think that's coaching.
Well, first of all, if you say it's going to be a bleep show in Detroit, odds are you're going to be
Probably
right.
going to be right.
So, not a bad opinion there. But
Is it because of this?
But see, I think nobody is reading the quotes. And we can read the quotes if you
Go for
want.
it.
Everybody is focusing on what happened with Pleasance and Okuda. But I think his point is, because if you remember, the original point was about Justin Fields. And how we think Justin Fields is, of course, going to probably play week 4. You're going to put him in the best situation possible.